Hey, happy Friday. We are doing some cooking tonight. So, I'll give it a few minutes, let people jump on. I'm making minestrone soup tonight. Super quick and easy. Nice, warming winter Friday night soup. If you're watching this back on replay on my other channels, please say hi, comment, say hello. If you're joining me live here on TikTok, say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. Just gonna swipe across. There we go. Hopefully that will work. Happy Friday. It's been a long first week back at work, so I am glad tonight to have a nice, easy dinner and park myself on the couch. Hey Josh, hey Kimberly, hey, I hope I say this right, Sanjila, I think it is. Hi Margaret. Happy Friday, everyone. Let me know where you're watching from. What are you making for dinner? Welcome to my kitchen. I am a Thermomix consultant in the Gold Coast. And tonight I am making minestrone soup. So on Cookidoo, this is just the basic minestrone soup. We absolutely love it. I cook this all the time, and my partner, who is Italian, constantly asks for it. So guided cooking, nice and easy, means that I don't have to think. That's what I love when I come home from work and I need to get dinner on the table. I don't have to think. I don't have to pull out a book. I don't have to flip pages. I've already pre-organised what I'm having using my phone on the app, plugged it into today, and then I come home and I hit start. It's as simple as that. And follow the steps. Now, I am skipping a couple of steps because I'm not chopping up the herbs to throw on the top. But I am going to throw in half a brown onion and then 2 garlic cloves. Super easy. So the Thermomix will tell you everything that you need on the screen, and it's just like almost like a shopping list. You just check it off, and then it goes green and says put the lid on. So it's showing that the lid is not on, but I'll hit next, and now it's saying put the lid on. I need my lid cap as well, which is still in the dishwasher. Straight on there, and I hit play. So this is going to chop for 3 seconds on speed 7, so it's going to blitz it up. Hello, Anthony from the ACT. How's the weather down in the in the ACT? It would be freezing. It's freezing in the Gold Coast. We love the TM7. It's so cool. It is very cool, isn't it? Now, that is our onion and garlic blitzed up in a couple of seconds. I haven't had to lose a finger. I haven't had to stress about whether it's cut up to everyone's liking. It is just quick and easy. And that's going to give lots and lots of flavour to our soup. So next, scrape down the sides of the mixing bowl. I kind of do that naturally, instinctively anyway, every time I chop something. Add some olive oil. Let's grab that. I've even got my TM7 t-shirt on tonight. TM7 like never before. So 20 grams. Let's see if we can get it spot on so I can show you this cool new feature on the TM7. It's got the scales inbuilt, so you don't have to pre-weigh anything if you don't want. But when you hit it bang on the right weight, it automatically ticks it off. It's cold in Melbourne, Margaret. I can imagine. I'm an ex-Melburnian who made the escape to Queensland, and it's even cold in Queensland at the moment. So I can only imagine what the ACT and Melbourne is like 4 degrees. That's crazy. You need to make some minestrone soup. So next, 2 minutes 30, 120 degrees on speed 1. It's going to saute. This is what I love. I hit play, and I don't have to stand and watch it. And I can't even hear it running. You might not even be able to hear it. You probably can't, even with my microphone on. The new motor on the TM7 plus the insulated bowl means that it is crazy quiet. If you don't believe me, go back and watch some of the videos on my TikTok that I have explained and showed how quiet it really is. Sorry, 6 degrees in Melbourne, Margaret, that's too cold. It's too cold. Now the Thermomix will change colours here, so I can see that it's 75 degrees, so it's about to go red. I think it's about 50 degrees, the light goes orange, or 45, and then 75 degrees it goes red, so it shows you that it's heating up and that it's hot. Thank you very much, Aura, for the rose. That is lovely. Very appreciated. Now what I can do on the screen is swipe forward and actually check what's coming up so that I can get things ready. And that's always going to make things quicker when you're cooking, is if you have a look and get everything ready, you can go bang, bang, bang and cook dinner quickly. So I need some chopped tomatoes, vegetable stock paste, water, tomato paste, salt, and mixed veggies. Now I am going to use carrot and potato tonight. Let me grab a carrot out of the fridge. And this is the perfect opportunity for me to peel my veggies and get them ready for the next step. I think I need some beans too, but that might be later. Do I need to drain the beans? Rinsed and drained. Yeah, cool, okay. Then I can hit back to current step. So I'm going to grab my strainer. There it is. And crack open my beans, just waiting for my TM6 to come back. Is it getting serviced? Where's your TM6? Hopefully you haven't lent it to someone. Okay. That's our beans. Oh, that's done already. How quick was that? I forgot that I turned the volume down on my finish. I might actually just jump back out while I'm think of it. Settings. So with the sounds, you can change the sounds. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit more. That's better. And then go home. And I can either swipe down and tap straight back into it and it will take me back to where the recipe is. Or if I'm on this screen, it shows me down here that I'm up to step 8 of 13. So I hit the red dot, which would normally say start, and it takes me to exactly where I am. So now we're going to add our chopped tomatoes. Lid off, careful of the steam. So it says 250 grams. I've scaled this recipe down. Oh, there we go, 253. It's going to tick itself off. I'm actually going to throw a little bit more in. Yes, my friend is trialing as we are wanting the TM7. Or Anthony, good idea. I'm going to put a little bit more tomato in because we love it. This recipe is normally for like 6 portions. I've scaled it down to 4. So in the app or on the screen of your TM7, you can change how many portions you want to cook. We're only a household of 2, so I don't need to cook litres and litres of soup. So it's great that I can scale it down and just cook what we need. Vegetable stock paste, let me get that out of the fridge. Now those with the Thermomix will know, we always get you to cook the vegetable stock paste when you first get your Thermomix. It is like liquid gold. How much do I need? 1.5 teaspoons. Let's just do a big one like that. Maybe a touch more. It is literally vegetables, salt, cooked and blended. And this is such a flavour enhancer for everything. We can tick that off. 450 grams of water. I take great satisfaction in hitting the mark with the weight every time. So let's see if I can get it. 450. Nearly there. All right, 436. 452, look at that. Spot on. and it ticked itself off. Tomato paste. I am not very organised tonight. Everything's still in the fridge. That's okay. That's tomato paste. All right. 30 grams. $28, $29, 32 grams. So there's a bit of a tolerance. It'll let you go a couple of grams over and then tick itself off. Oh, it didn't like that tonight, didn't tick it off. Salt, optional, but I'm going to throw a bit in. The vegetable stock paste is quite salty. It's got a lot of salt in it, which is the preservative, natural preservative, to make it last longer. I love salt, so I always add a bit more. And then mixed vegetables, right. We've caught up to this. Now mixed vegetables, you can put parsnip, you can put carrot, you can put potato, any sort of hard root vegetable that you like. I'm just going to do carrot and potato tonight. Keep it nice and simple. And you just want to cut it up into rough chunks that cook nice and evenly. The smaller you cut it up, the better it will cook, of course. So this is where you can choose anything you like, go up to about 240 grams. So how much is our carrot? I'm going to do more potato than carrot. There we go. 80 odd kilos. I've got some little baby potatoes. I'm actually going to leave the skin on these because just cut all the yucky bits off. But the skin will go lovely and soft in the soup anyway. So that's totally okay. And just cut these up nice and small, especially potato. Potato can take a little bit longer. Have I got a good recipe for a stew? I don't think I've ever made a stew, to be honest. There's probably heaps on Cookidoo. I know there's heaps on Cookidoo, actually. I shouldn't say there probably is. Let me grab this cut up and then we can actually have a look, because searching for recipes on the screen of the TM7 is so much easier than it was on the TM6. It's a lot faster, it's a lot smoother, easier to use. All right, let's see. So that's up to 218 grams. Have I got another little one? I've got a tiny one here. Just cutting any of the knots off the outside. Now the more veg the better, so if you go a little bit over, don't stress too much. This will probably put us over. That's 240, that's all right, I'll leave that little bit of potato. So it's ticking off automatically, and then I can hit next. It's already programmed, we're gonna cook for 12 minutes, 100 degrees, speed 1. So all I do is hit play. Oh, Hannah, hello, darling. See, you caught me live. So, searching for recipes on the TM7, let's have a look, because someone asked for a stew. Hello, Bailey, I'm very good, thank you. How are you? Trudy, that's who it is, asked for a stew recipe. So I can hit the little search icon and that'll take us to Cookidoo, and all I do is pop up here and type stew. It's hard doing it upside down. There we go. And hit search. We have got, what have we got? 676 recipes. So it's obviously taking into account the word stew, so like stewed fruit and stuff like that. Bailey, good, thanks. I have Build Your Business training next week. Have you joined as a consultant? You should have told me. That's great. Well done. If you do want to join as a consultant, you can always join through myself. If you want to order a Thermomix, the link is in my bio. So when you type stew, it's obviously taken into account stewed apples or stewed fruit, but there's, let's have a look, what have we got? We've got an emu stew, beef ale and dumpling stew. I've heard that one's a good one. Chinese style beef stew. So you can have a look at the ratings as well. That's a really great tip on Cookidoo, to have a look at what people are cooking and what they've rated it. Me too, Jody. Jody, what's your me too? You've got BYB training, or you've missed me? Because Hannah said I missed you. So you can see here, beef stew with buttermilk dumplings. It's rated 4.4, which is quite high, from 568 ratings. So that's a really good recipe to go for. This one here, creamy mustard chicken stew, 4.4 from 411. That's really good. This one's got 181. This one's got 534. Zucchini, lentil, and coconut stew. That actually looks really good. You can tap into the recipe and you can have a look. Scroll through. It's got all the ingredients. You can go to preparation and have a look at the steps. So the TM7 really replicates what you see on your phone or iPad or on the desktop version. They're very, very similar. So you've got a really cohesive experience across the different platforms. You can see how long it'll take to prep, how long it'll take to cook. So this is prep time 25 minutes, total 30 minutes. That doesn't seem right. Let's have a look. Preparation. Oh yeah. Yeah, like this is super easy. So throw oil, garlic, ginger and onion into the mixing bowl and chop it. Scrape down the sides of the mixing bowl, then cook for 3 minutes. So you're going to saute it off. Add turmeric and coriander, cook for 2 minutes. Add coconut milk, stock paste, water, lentils, salt and pepper and cook for 14 minutes. Add zucchini and capsicum and cook for 5 to 10 minutes or until the lentils and vegetables are tender. Add spinach and combine 50 seconds, reverse speed 1 or until the spinach wilts. Divide between 4 serving bowls and serve with the lime wedges. So yeah, that's like 30 minutes all up for a stew. So this is really exciting. Is it non-stick? No. The bowl is stainless steel inside. So because it's running at speed 1, I can actually take the lid off. So I can take the lid off and it stops instantly. So it's a stainless steel bowl inside. It's got an insulated cover. I can pop the lid straight back on and it will just continue. That's the beauty of the new TM7. It's got that new locking system. So you can, like if I forgot something or I want to taste it or I want to season it or check it, I can just take the lid on and off. Oh, well done, Jody and Bailey, both of you consultants. You should have told me. This is awesome. Love people coming and earning a Thermomix because it's the easiest way to get one on your bench. Why shell out your money when you can just put a bit of time into it, earn your Thermomix for nothing or at least get a discount and then start making money from it. And for those that think there's no money in selling Thermomixes that are watching, this month I'm on track to earn about $13,000. So mine was only ordered yesterday, but should be here very soon. I'm obsessed with my new TM6 though. Bailey, well done. The TM6 is a great machine. I've still got mine here. It's going to stay on my bench. It's the workhorse. I'm going to use it for all the not so pretty things. And then I'll use the TM7 as my daily driver. All right, let's put a few things away. This is the great thing about when it's cooking by itself. It's stirring, it's cooking. I don't have to watch it. It's not going to boil over. It's not going to burn. Everything is controlled and I can clean up and put things away. I shouldn't really be putting things away. I should be leaving things out because I've actually got a demo tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So I need to start getting ready for that. But I wanted to come on live because the beautiful Hannah who is watching was giving me grief today that she keeps missing my lives. And I was like, you know what? This is a nice, easy recipe. So I'm going to come and show you live of my TM6, but definitely. Yeah, Bailey. So the TM6 does have high heat. It's just in Cookidoo. So you've got to use certain recipes, but there's ways around it. We've found out for the last 5 years how to work the system. But yes, the high heat mode is now unlocked, so you can just use it as a manual mode. So you go into modes and browning mode. I've used it a couple of times just on its own to cook veggies, to do leeks and garlic before I make a risotto, and it is brilliant. What did I cook the other night with it? I'm trying to think now. There's something I specifically used browning mode for. No, I don't remember, it's escaped me. It's been a very long week, but I am so thankful. We've just come back from 10 days in Japan. We arrived on Sunday morning. I went straight back to work Monday, and every night this week, except last night, because my partner went to get a haircut, we had takeout after his haircut. But 4 out of 5 nights this week, I have cooked us a home-cooked meal, even working full-time. I would love help to work around it on my TM6. Got marinated chicken in your TM6 right now. So the way to work around it is on Cookidoo, there is collections. There's high heat collections. So there's some for vegetables and some for meat. So if you go into Cookidoo on your phone, search collections and search high heat and then tick collections, you can hit save on a collection and it will show up under your saved collections on your Thermomix. So then if you're doing mince, let's say you're having taco night, you can go into the collection, high heat meat. Hello, Michelle. You can go into the collections, go into meat, choose browned mince, 500 grams, throw your mince in and use high heat that way. So there's sort of like preset modes, if you can think of it that way. And then some recipes have high heat built into it, the same as the TM7, but TM7, obviously, you've just got that flexibility to go in, pick the time and that sort of thing. The TM6, you can still work around it. So use the high heat collections on Cookidoo on your TM6 for the high heat. Those that are watching that probably don't know what high heat is, it is the mode on the Thermomix where it goes up to 160 degrees. So in the past, the highest temperature was 120 degrees, and that was for steaming or using the Varoma. The TM6 saw us introduce high heat mode. As I said, it was in Cookidoo recipes. 160 degrees and the blades stop, which means it essentially turns your Thermomix into a fry pan. So the blades will stop, things will sit on the bottom in terms of meat or veggies and actually fry with that really high heat. The TM7 then has upgraded that a bit and it's a completely open mode. So you can go into it, won't let me go in because I'm cooking a recipe at the moment, but you can choose your time, you can choose gentle, you can choose intense. You can actually even drop the temperature as well, anywhere between the 120 and the 160. Can you make juice? Well, it's not a juicer specifically. Yes, you can. There's a great orange juice recipe on Cookidoo. You peel your oranges, throw it all in with some water and some ice. You don't even have to add the water if you don't want, or the ice, to be honest. And yes, you can juice it up because it's essentially a really high-powered blender. So it's going to break down that sort of thing. Things like apple juice and that sort of thing, you can't really do because it's just going to chop the apples, but it's not a juicer or a press as such. So essentially, I'll show you the TM6. It's a high-powered blender. It goes up to 10,500 revs per minute on speed 10 RPM. Super, super quiet motor. So there is no bands, there is no gears that need maintenance or anything like that. It is, I believe the new motor in the TM7 uses like magnets to spin, which is a lot less moving parts. So it's faster, it's quieter, and it uses less energy. And it means when it stops instantly. So if I take the lid off, it's stopped. That has stopped moving. Like, that's how quickly the motor responds. And then I put that back on and it keeps going, which is brilliant. And I've just interrupted my soup cooking. That's okay. It keeps going. What have I got to get next? Beans and pasta. Thanks for sharing the live, Tommy. Very much appreciated. Now, What pasta am I going to use tonight? Macaroni. I might use these little macaronis. It says shells in the recipe, but you can use any type of recipe. We actually quite like the smaller macaroni. Right, how long have we got to go? 1 minute and 6 seconds. Brilliant. And this is how easy dinner is. I'm going to put my potatoes away. When I say put them away, move them out of the camera. Hello, Kay. I am making minestrone soup. So we're about 2/3 of the way through making minestrone soup. It's been boiling away for the last 12 minutes and it's got about 40 seconds to go. And then I'm going to add some beans and some pasta. And we're going to cook for about another 10 or 15 minutes. What do we got? Cook, 9 minutes. Prolong the process by up to 2 minutes if necessary. That's for your pasta to cook. And then garnish with reserved chopped herbs and served warm. I didn't chop the herbs. I'm just going to sprinkle them over at the end. But super easy minestrone soup. What is it? Let's see. 10 steps, I think. No, 13. 13 steps. We're up to step 10. So nice and easy. You can see I haven't broken a sweat. I haven't got a mess everywhere. I haven't got pots boiling over. I haven't burnt myself yet. All right. Now I'm not adding all of these because I scaled the recipe down. So what does it say? 120 grams of beans after draining. So that's 90. There we go, 130, that's all. So we can tick that off. Dried pasta shells, 60 grams. Oh, 57. There we go, 61. So that's within that tolerance, you can say on the green, so it automatically ticks itself off. Hit next, and we'll get cooking, and then I'm gonna answer your question, Kay. What is the difference between this and the 6? Oh, I got that on? Yeah, it's all right. Play. All right, so the difference between this and the 6. 1, the huge screen, which I know doesn't excite a lot of people. It definitely excites me. I call myself an iPad kid, even though I'm 40 years old. I love technology, I love screens. I wear contacts and I can't see to save myself. So reading a recipe on my phone or a little screen or in a book is very hard. So having everything on a beautiful big screen, this is as big as my iPad. You can change the font size. You can put it in bold if you want to make it easier to read and for better contrast. So the bigger screen is definitely a major step up from the TM6. The user interface has changed. So if you've got a Thermomix and if you've got Cookidoo, you'll notice that about 2 months ago, Cookidoo had a big overhaul of the look and feel on the app and the desktop. That is because the TM7 was coming and they've aligned all of the user interface across the 3. So what you do on your phone is going to look the same as the iPad and the same on the Thermomix. So it is super easy. It's no longer sort of just a line of text. It's very interactive. We have the digital twin, so the bowl, it will always show you what's happening. I can see that the lid's on. I can see that it's unlocked. If I take the lid off, it will show you that I've taken the lid off and it will say put the lid back on. When I put the lid back on, it will automatically go back on and it will keep cooking. So the digital twin knows when the bowl is in place as well. It's got magnets and sensors in the bowl to lock it, so it is locked in place when it needs to be. Anything above speed 2 on the TM7, you can take the lid off, it stays unlocked. It will stop immediately. So if you need to check something, if you want to taste something, if you want to season, flavor, whatever, you can take the lid off and test it. So unlike the TM6 that had the arms that were always locked, this one keeps it unlocked up to speed 2. The other new things, we've got a steaming mode, which means when you're using the Varoma, it will essentially boil the water harder. And I know that sounds silly, but it applies more heat so that it creates a more rapid boil, which gives you more steam. So it's going to steam a lot more efficiently when you're using the Varoma. That's the steaming mode. Browning, this is the big thing. So the TM6 has high heat built into Cookidoo recipes. This is absolutely unlocked. You can choose whatever temperature you want between 120 and 160. You can choose gentle or intense and use it like a fry pan. When the lid comes off, of course, it'll stop. You can put it back on. The lid stays unlocked for high heat as well, which is brilliant. And open cooking, one of my favorites. So you can actually set it to cook with the lid off. So it will cook up to speed 2, up to 100 degrees with the lid off. So if I pause this right now, actually, what do I need to do? I've got about 6 minutes to go. I'm gonna cancel out of the recipe to show you this and then go open cooking and we'll do it on this. So 6 minutes, swipe down to 6, 100 degrees and press play. I can actually take the lid off and it will keep cooking. So it doesn't turn the blades during open cooking. It means it's essentially just like a saucepan. So you can boil water, you can boil soup, you can do meatballs in sauce, you can cook shellfish, and the blades aren't going to turn, so it's not going to disturb anything in there. You can stir it manually, however you like. So like that, give it a stir, you can taste it, and if you're making like a sauce, it'll help reduce the sauce as well. So that's one of the biggest new features of the TM7 over the TM6 is the open cooking. And you can hear that it's bubbling away. Now, let me go back and answer some questions. They're the main differences. I'm actually going to turn it down to 95 degrees. Otherwise, I'm going to end up with tomato all over my kitchen. Okay, so this is different to Tupperware. So it cooks your food automatically. Yes, it does, Al. And I thought you were a Tupperware guy. I was until Tupperware closed down in Australia 5 months ago. I actually was a Thermomix consultant before Tupperware, before TikTok existed. So I've actually come back and am so excited to be sharing the TM7 because it's a brilliant machine. I came back to earn the TM7, forgot how much I loved Thermomix, earned my TM7 for free, and now I'm sharing the love. It looks way nicer as well, Kay. It's black. It's got an insulated bowl, so even though this is boiling, I can still grab the bowl and it's not going to burn. Do I still sell Tupperware? No. They closed down, I just said 5 months ago. Love the red lights. Yes, so green, orange and red now. So green for your bowl when it's cool. Orange, I think when it gets to about 45, 50 degrees. And then when it goes to 75 degrees, it goes red. And it's got like a big light bar across the back that reflects up onto the bowl. So it looks really nice. They've designed it to look super stylish in every kitchen. It's easy to use and it's super functional. I don't even know who you're talking about. There we go. This is cooking down nicely. I can taste it, I can season it. Let's actually grab a spoon and give it a taste. So this is the great thing about open cooking. Can't wait to use yours. Jared, you got a TM7 on its way, awesome. Delicious as always. This minestrone recipe, it's just the basic minestrone that comes up first when you search it on Cookidoo, is so delicious. Yum. Super delicious. TM7 on its way here. Ah, brought my wife one for Mother's Day. Jared, nice. Hopefully your consultant's keeping you up to date with all the happenings and when they're arriving. My consultant is my sister. Oh, nice. Arrived today. Yes, so you must have got in early with your order. We've just... no, I don't know. I don't even know. And you were a team, weren't you? You're talking about Peter, anyway. I haven't seen or spoken to anyone named Pete from Tupperware. As I said, Tupperware closed down 5 months ago, so... anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, your Thermomix arriving today. As of today, they're not arriving until September. Orders from today for the TM7. That's how, I think we've sold something like 10,000 in the last 4 weeks. It's absolutely mind-blowing. But there is a way you can get one sooner. So if you really want a TM7 and you want it sooner, I've got a little bit of a way you can work the system. Now, I actually think, let's see. I don't want this to reduce too much because it's a soup. That's the thing with open cooking. It can actually reduce quite a bit. So I might even throw a touch more water in. So with the fixed lock like the TM6, so with no fixed lock like the TM6, is there plans for a bigger bowl? Okay, I'm not privy to that information, but one would assume so. You can see, I'm going to turn it sideways a bit, you can see that the base is very flat and there is a lot of extra room. We have also noted that the bowl has, I think it's got 5 pins. Oops. Lucky that's the old TM6. The bowl has got 1, 2, 5 pins on the bottom. TM7 is the same, but the socket on the bottom actually has 7 holes. No, 6. There's 5 pins, 6 holes. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so 6 holes on the bottom. So we're thinking there's a lot more to come. Right, that has finished. So what I'm going to do is go back home, back into my recipe, and I'm just going to hit start and scroll down to where we were. So, actually, that might have been it. Garnish with, oh yeah, it was. There we go. That was the last step, so cooking it. So no wonder it tasted good. Let's give it a little try. Now it said we can prolong the cooking by a bit longer if the pasta isn't cooked. Let's see if I can dig out a piece of pasta and check it. Pasta is cooked. So that's it, that's our minestrone soup done. How good is that? Let's actually, let's check the potato. Oh yeah, I brought a TM7 29th away. Hey brother, what pants am I wearing? Pair of shorts, Billabong shorts. Potato is still a bit crunchy. So, what I can do, because the potato is still a little bit crunchy, I can just go into manual mode because I want it to keep stirring. And I'm going to go probably in about another 4, 5, maybe 5 minutes. 100 degrees. Actually, let's go 110. Let's get it boiling. Reverse and then tap here. And there's shortcuts down the bottom, so I can tap 1, 2, whatever I like. So whenever you tap on any of the time, temperature and speed, it will give you shortcuts down the bottom, or you can scroll through. So then I just hit play and that's cooking. Right, let's catch up. Not Jimmy. Yes, I've got the TM7 already. Oh, I put it on for 5 seconds, not 5 minutes. 5 minutes. There we go. 100, we'll juice it up to 110 and 1 reverse. Play. 29th of May, and you're waiting for yours to arrive. 29th of May, is that the day they changed over from June to July, or was that the last day of June deliveries? I had a customer today, theirs shipped, and they ordered on the 11th of May, so they're probably up to about the early May at the moment. Hey brother, yep, I'm so excited you're doing a live with the TM7. Oh, well, there you go. Have you got one on its way, or you wanted to see it? Did I trade my TM6? No, I'm a consultant, so I earned my TM7. I've got my TM6 still here on the bench. I'm actually about to earn a second TM6 because I started back when the TM6 was a thing. So my rewards are those. So I'm actually about to earn a second TM6, and I've earned the TM7. I remember you when I worked at Specsavers. Rachel, which Specsavers did you work at? Because I have worked at a lot of places. That's great, you can trade. No, you can't trade the TM6 in. Oh, Rachel, hello. Hello. I was just thinking about you the other day because I was at the Pines. No, you can't trade the TM6 in on TM7. We only generally do trade up when, I don't know, like when we think people, are ready to sort of trade up. The TM6 is still a new great machine. But yeah, we're not offering trade up because these are flying out the door and we can't keep up with demand as it is. So these are delivery September, I think it can change to today. And yeah, so we're not offering trade up at the moment, sorry. Rach, how are you? Where are you? I've left Telstra as well. I'm actually working at Pillow Talk now, so I'm all over the place. Yes, it is. How much is the TM7? Sorry, I feel... No, that's okay. Is $2,649. Comes with your bowl, blade, lid, your base, your spatula, the Varoma. The Varoma is bigger than the TM6. This is another thing, if you've got a TM6, people are always like, it doesn't feed my big family. You can fit 2 1.2 kilo chickens in the new Varoma. It's a more square or rectangle shape, so it's got 45% more capacity than the previous Varoma. So still nice and easy, really big flat surface, so you can fit so much in here on top when it's steaming. And of course you get your butterfly whisk and your simmering basket, which is in the dishwasher. So lots included. You get 3 months access to Cookidoo for free when you get your Thermomix. That is access to 100,000 plus recipes that you can cook on the screen. And then if you want to continue, that's $89 a year, which I think is something like $2.60 a week. And let me tell you, I've never not paid for it because it is brilliant. Having all of those recipes on your phone ready to cook, you can plan them into your week. You can do like a whole weekly meal plan. You can create shopping lists. You can send the shopping lists to Woolworths online. So yeah, really, really great accompaniment Cookidoo is. You can absolutely use it without if you want, but I'm a lazy cook. That's the whole reason I got a Thermomix. So the price has only that yearly cost. So the price has only... I don't understand that question, I'm sorry. Because I pay... Right, so few people years ago were able to lock in, I think it was $69 for Cookidoo. That was for an old version of Cookidoo. When you get the TM7, you have to have the latest version of Cookidoo, so it is, I believe, 89. Just check when you get your TM7, log in. If it doesn't let you log in or says you need to upgrade, you may need to upgrade, but you may still get away with it at the $69 price. There was a $49 version too, and I know that doesn't work definitely. But yeah, there was a few different deals along the way, but I know the TM7 has to have the latest version. And I'm pretty sure the 89 is for new people. You're very welcome. I don't know your name though, I'm so sorry, but you're very welcome. Yes, I have 2 thermo of the TM6. What's different? What is different? Bigger screen, new motor, so it's quieter. What are the benefits of a Thermomix as opposed to using an oven for cooking? Okay, Nicola, I will come back to that. I'm just going to answer Sammy's question. So, bigger screen, much better user interface. It's a lot faster, it's a lot more intuitive and easier to use. New motor, so it's quieter. The insulated bowl is also a lot quieter, and this has just been boiling and I can still touch it because it's nice and insulated. You've got browning mode, so essentially the high heat from the TM6, but it's manually unlocked now, so you can go into browning and use it however you like to saute vegetables, cook meat, that sort of thing. And the open cooking, so you can actually, I'll turn it on and show you. So let's just go, down to 1 minute, 100 degrees and hit play. And that is actually now cooking. So the blades stop with open cooking and you can cook up to 100 degrees, or I can turn it down if I just want to sort of simmer, that sort of thing. Browning butter, yes, yeah, I guess you could brown butter. I haven't tried that, but the browning mode probably would brown butter. It's 160 degrees. Yeah, they're the main features that have changed. As you can see, we were talking before, it's got a much wider base. It's not sort of locked in by the shape of the machine or the arm. So there is the potential down the track, I would say, for a bigger bowl or other attachments to come to sit on the base. In terms of what are the benefits? Saving time. You don't have to heat up the oven. It's not really, I wouldn't say it replaces the oven. I use it with the oven because I make things and then you still cook them in the oven. It's a great prep tool. It's probably more in place of the stove top. But you definitely can use it instead of an oven. There's cupcake recipes that are steamed in the Varoma and that sort of thing. So Nicola, there's the time saving aspect because you can plan your week ahead, you can shop for everything and then come home and go into, if I go into my week, you'll see, this is splattered everywhere. I've got things organized. Then on Sunday, I'll do my week ahead. So I know what I'm cooking. And then when I go into it, I can hit start and it will go straight into the recipe and lead me through step by step. When you're in the recipe, it brings up the scales to weigh things. Everything's pre-programmed in terms of chopping, speed, time, cooking, temperatures, all that. In terms of saving money, you can make a lot of basics as well. So you can make things like yogurt, you can make things like your own cereals and granola, you can mill spices, you can mill your own flours from wheat. There's, you know, you're grating your own cheese in like 10 seconds so that you're not buying bags with preservatives. A lot of people don't realize grated cheese has an anti-caking agent in it, which contains gluten. So a lot of celiacs don't realise they're eating grated cheese out of a bag and wondering why they're having flare-ups, and it's because the anti-caking agent has gluten. So it's a really, really weird one that trips people up. What was the other thing I was going to say? Sugar. You don't have to buy refined sugar. You can buy raw sugar and mill it into caster sugar or icing sugar with the Thermomix. You can make your own smoothies, shakes, all that sort of thing. You can make your own stocks. You can make your own stock pastes, curry paste. So there's lots and lots of things that you can make with the Thermomix from scratch that will save you a lot of money. If you just want to cook fancier, introduce new things, having 100,000 recipes on Cookidoo means that there's usually always something that you can cook. You can try new things. It's really easy to try new things as well. I know a lot of people get like scared when they want to try a new recipe, and so they just don't. And that means that you're eating the same meat and 3 veg for every meal. So if you want to be a little bit more creative and adventurous in the kitchen, the Thermomix definitely helps with that. Or even just cooking healthier. So Cookidoo, it's got all the nutritional information. So if I scroll down, it'll even show me here, all the nutritional information for every recipe on Cookidoo. So if you are watching things like that, or being cautious, if you want less or more fats or less or more sodium, all that sort of thing, you can check what the recipe has. You can also go into the app and add ingredients. This is another money saving thing that people don't realize. I can go in and plug in a couple of things that I have in my fridge that I need to use up, and it will give me recipes. So it's not going to create a recipe, but it will find recipes that use those items. And out of 100,000, there's usually always something. So if I've got some broccoli left over, if I've got some pesto left over, and I've got pasta or something, it might find like a nice pesto vegetarian pasta bake or something like that. So that's a really good way as well to use up what's in your fridge. Before we went away on holidays, I was madly looking on Cookidoo all the time to try and clean out the fridge before we went away. I sell the hell out of it at my work. I haven't loved a machine so much. Kim, you should be a consultant, Kim, if you're telling everyone like that. How much bigger is the bowl compared to the TM6? Sammy, it's exactly the same. 2.2 litres is your maximum fill line. So it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. Exactly the same. All right, that's finished cooking. We added that extra time. I'm just going to give it a stir and see if our potato has cooked a little bit more. I'm sure it has. That looks really good. It's a really nice consistency now as well. Maybe my potato was a bit big. It's cooked enough. It's hot. It's really hot. All right. I'm going to go and serve this up with a layer of my mouth missing because it's so hot. Thank you so much everyone for joining me tonight and all the questions. You guys have had amazing questions, and that's why I love getting on here live, so I can share this, answer questions, tell you all about it, tell you what's great. I am, as I said, a consultant, but I'm also very honest. So if there's something that you shouldn't do in the Thermomix, I'll tell you that, because I'm not going to just tell you that you can do everything and anything. I love the Thermomix. I use it, as I said, this week I've used it 4 out of 5 nights. I still cook on the oven. I still use the fry pan sometimes if I've got like a big batch of something I need to cook. Now with the TM7, it's probably going to change a lot. The TM6 was limited in terms of like that high heat and stuff like that. Now that we've got open cooking and the browning mode, I'm going to start getting a bit adventurous and sort of converting recipes. So, you know, Recipe Tin eats recipes that I love out of her cookbook. I'm going to try and make in the Thermomix, because now I've got those functions available. It's easier. So I'm going to start trying things like that. So you don't have to just use what's on Cookidoo. There is heaps of authors out there that write Thermomix cookbooks, and of course you can chuck recipes into ChatGPT and it will convert them for you. Thank you so much for the rose. It's telling me I need to authenticate myself that I am real. Oh, come on, there we go. Done. If you've got any other questions, please don't hesitate to send me a message. I'm always happy to answer DMs and send more information, answer anything. If you would love to order one, as I said, September delivery, it has blown out to, because they are crazy popular. But there is a way you can get you can get one sooner. So the TM7, I'm so used to saying the TM6. The TM7 is $2,649, but you could get one on your bench for free or at a discount. So if you would love more information about how to get one sooner and cheaper, send me a message and I'm more than happy to help. But have a wonderful Friday night. Enjoy. If you cook anything delicious, make sure you message me and let me know, because I always love hearing what everyone's cooking, and lovely to meet all of you. Please make sure you follow so you get notified when I go live again, because I pop up cooking here all the time. I'll see you all soon. Bye.